instructional recap of 7th grade science from December 2nd and 3rd. So we reviewed the material. We learned about the digestive system. We recapped that the function of the digestive system is to break down and process nutrients in the food we eat into nutrients the cells can use, namely glucose. So there's a long path called the digestive tract that does this, and it starts with your mouth. So in your mouth, you have both chemical digestion caused by the amylase enzyme in your saliva, and you also have physical digestion that happens when you tear apart your food with your teeth and stuff. Then from there, smooth muscle, your tongue, your esophagus, continue to push the food down through your digestive tract. The muscle contractions that push the food through the digestive tract, starting at the esophagus, are called peristalsis. And as peristalsis happens, it continues physically digesting that food and grinding it and kneading it and making it softer and softer and softer until finally the food that's partially digested now actually lands in your stomach, where it'll stay for about 4 hours. And in your stomach, you have both chemical and physical digestion happening. Chemical digestion by means of your stomach acid, and which is hydrochloric acid, and other peptic enzymes in your stomach that continue breaking down that food into a liquidy substance called chyme. At the same time, peristalsis continues in the stomach with those smooth muscle contractions. Remember, we have smooth muscles lining our organs. Peristalsis continues in the stomach, which kneads and grinds and churns the mostly digested food now. So both chemical and physical digestion happening there. Now, peristalsis continues, and the now liquidy chyme digested food moves to your small intestine. And we talked about the villi in the small intestine and how an average small intestine is about 24 feet long and about 1 inch thick. But because of the villi on the inside surface of the small intestine, it actually has the surface area of about a tennis court, which is really great because the small intestine is where all the absorption of nutrients happens. So in the small intestine, there is both chemical and physical digestion, specifically at the top of the small intestine, where bile is introduced into the small intestine. Bile is produced in the liver, and then it is transferred to the small intestine, where it acts on whatever large particles of food are left. And it's usually large carbohydrate modules like lipids and things like that. So bile will act on those to continue breaking them down. Whatever bile is unused gets stored in the gallbladder. How cool is that? So you can recycle that bile. So now you've got just this nutrient-rich soup moving through your small intestine, also by peristalsis. And as it moves through there, all those nutrients are absorbed straight into the bloodstream from its diffusion from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. The nutrients will move across the intestinal membrane, across the capillary membrane, and into the bloodstream, where they are then carried out to the cells for cellular respiration and other important processes. So once, after a tennis court's worth of absorption, there's pretty much nothing left. And so at this point, it's just all waste material, but it's still very liquidy waste material. So in the large intestine, then water is absorbed out of that liquidy waste material, and water keeps being absorbed, and that helps maintain water balance in your body. And at the end of the large intestine, then you have solid waste, poo, which then by peristalsis moves to the rectum, where it's stored until you have a bowel movement or poop, and that solid waste exits your body through your anus. So that is the digestive system. So we recapped that in class today, and then we talked about the urinary system. We watched a brain pop on the urinary system. We also completed our prompt notes. So now you have prompt notes in your notes folder for just about every system. You should for every system that we've talked about. So you have prompt notes and click and drag notes in your folder. Soon in the next couple of class days, I'll be checking that folder to make sure that you have everything. So we completed the prompt notes for excretory system. So if you're at home doing this, open the PowerPoint, then open the prompt notes. It'll ask you to make a copy. So make a copy, rename it, move it to your notes folder, and then split your screen with your PowerPoint presentation on one side and your notes on the other side, and just fill in the notes as you go. And I think that you'll find that's really helpful. As always, take a look at the excretory system material that's in the Science Journal. Today, we also did the warm-up homework assignment for the week. So if you missed out on that, here is a warm-up explanation. Here are the excretory system click and drag self-check notes that will also go in your notes folder. And then here's your excretory system learning check. And then finally, last but not least, comes the nervous system. So please do the pre-teach assignment for a nervous system. And that's what we did today. So hope this gets where you need to be. And please reach out to your science teacher if you have any questions. Have a great day.